Hello everyone, this is Kim with Abundant Life Tarot, and we are doing March, I was about to mess that totally up, March favorites. And let's just go on and get right into it. So I, as usual, will try to keep it as concise as possible, but we'll see. My first favorite is my Palo Santo Smudge Spray from the Sage Goddess. And I got this from sagegoddess.com. And as you can see, I have used quite a bit of it, but a little goes a long way, as you can imagine, because it's quite the strong scent. And so it comes in handy. I love the smell of it. It comes in handy when you don't want a heavy smoke. Like my beloved husband does not appreciate the strong smell of Palo Santo. I, on the other hand, crave the smell of it. So this is a happy compromise when my husband's around. But when he's not around, or if he's asleep in the other room upstairs, I will bust out the little holy sticks. But this is our happy compromise here. And so I've used quite a bit of it, but again, a little goes a long way. It doesn't take much to fill the area with. I don't know if she still has some on her site, but you could check. And I've also come up with an idea of if this ever sells out and she's like, I can't find Palo Santo sage spray online, I will be making my own, because I end up getting a concentrate of Palo Santo and I will just put it in with some water and go from there and put in a spritz bottle. So yeah, that's one of my first favorites. And then crystals. So I worked with quite a few, but ones that I set out to specifically use for a specific purpose for this month was Tiger's Eye. And you called upon this one. I have this other piece of it here. This was given to me by my kids, I think last Mother's Day. And then this one, and then the one that I have at work, or I keep it's in my purse upstairs, but it normally stays at my desk. And it's a little Tiger's Eye heart. And whenever I'm going to do like presentations or I'm going to be heading meetings, I keep that in my pocket. It gives me that tigress energy, that you know, I've got this. I'm a champion. I'm a boss. I can get through this. And I can't tell you the confidence booster that it is. So, I like to travel with this when I can. And, yeah, so Tiger's Eye for sure. And then, of course, I'm always with my lovely Labradorite. It's so beautiful, those hints of colors there. I'm looking at the camera at my daughter's homework that's sitting where I keep all my stuff on. I'm like, Ella should not be putting her papers up there. Sorry guys, so funny how you don't see things right away. So, and then of course I wear my Labradorite. And this stone can pop out. I love this. This is a favorite that's like always a favorite for me, which is, I got this off from Etsy seller and I can't recall who. I will put the link in the description box once I find out who. But this is so cool. I can put different stones into this little necklace. So yeah, And so I carry Labradorite because I love the magic, the magician energy that comes with this stone. I like that it helps me to tap into my intuition at all times. And it also is like a protector stone for me. And it also grounds me, yet allows me to go into the ethereal spaces, the ethereal energies, if you will. I don't know if I'm even explaining it, but that's my little piece of Labradorite that I wear on my person. So those are my stones. So let's move on to decks. I'm excited about the decks part. So I'm going to do some honorable mentions because first I'm sorry. Before we do decks, I'm going to do books because it's really quick on the books. But the books are there's a couple of decks that are tied with the books. So let's just do the first quick book. My apologies. So I went to the library and, well, actually I ordered a book through the library. The Complete Lenormand Oracle Handbook, Reading the Language and Symbols of the Cards by Kathleen Matthews, I think she says her name is pronounced. It's quite a chunky book. I was going to buy this book on Amazon and then I was like, let me check it out on the library front and see how I like it. And then I'm glad I did, and I actually do really like it. I'll be honest with you. I checked it out. I've had it out for about 3 weeks. I had to renew it because I got really busy towards the end of the month. So I didn't get a chance to really dive in, but so far, so good. Very helpful. I have about 5 Lenormand decks. I'm going to probably do like a little video series about my Lenormand journey, if you will, my new Lenormand journey. And this book has been helpful to that. So I probably, after I renew it a few more times, I probably will end up purchasing it or receiving it of some sort, like from like a gift or whatever. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But that's that. Not too much to report because, like I said, didn't get a chance. I think I got this far. And it's really good. I mean, it's got part 1, learning the craft of Lenormand, learning the language of Lenormand, the Lenormand lexicon, creating sentences with pairs and triplets, storyboard, taking the portrait, part 2, the playing card inset, waking the pips, the art of cartomancy, secrets of the Lenormand universe, the art of the grand tableau in part 3, the piquet tableau, the grand tableau of nines, near and far method, part 4, Lenormand in practice, expanding fluency, becoming the storyteller. And she has some appendices, and so I am very much looking forward to diving into this book. I think in my personal life, it's just getting busier. I mean, now Ella's birthday is coming up next month for April, and my dad's birthday, but those are the only things. So maybe I will have a little downtime to focus on my little Lenormand practice, but there possibly will be a little video series on that part of my cartomancy journey. So now moving on to decks. And the other book I'm reading is The Mystical Shaman Oracle Guidebook. And this is a Hay House deck. This is with the deck, The Mystical Shaman Oracle, Alberto Velodo, Colette Baron Reed, and Marcela Lobos, and illustrated by, one of my favorites, probably one of the favorites, Gina Della Grataglia. So I've been reading this book because at first I was kind of worried about the guidebook on this deck. But then I started reading the cards and reading the book and working with the deck. And no, this is a really good deck. I have to admit, But the reason why we're not going all into this deck right now is that this deck and me, we have a history already. We have a story. The box is completely banged up. If some of you are on my Instagram, you saw my little picture, my little sad picture where I ordered it from the book depository because I just had to get it before Hay House dropped it. And I was like, I just have to have it sooner than later, right? I just had to have it. It came and the box was just completely busted up. The other box that came with it, the sleeve, everything is just destroyed. The book is kind of mangled. Like it's on, you can't tell because it's matte, but it's, and then the box is like just jacked up. But the deck itself, not jacked up at all. So more to come. That story is unfolding as we speak. We'll see what happens with the deck or the box, because I wish I could just keep, you know, I keep the deck and just get the box and maybe a new book. But like I said, that part of the story is still unfolding. But in the meanwhile, I've just been kind of taking my time getting to know the deck. And because it's banged up, it kind of has a little sentimental value to me in a weird way. So, if I so am lucky to work out a deal with Book Depository where I get a new deck, then I'll probably, I don't know, there'll probably be a gifting of sorts, because there's no sense in having two decks. I just really wanted I wanted the goodies that come with this deck, but it's gorgeous. At first I was really worried about having 3 writers for the book, because sometimes, you know, it could get a little jumbled and I had concerns, but really it works. It really does. And like I said, I will be doing, when the other situation resolves itself, I'll do a review of the deck, or a deck in focus, and talk about my other experience, and we'll go more into why I love the book so much. But it is a favorite of mine, and I am reading it, and I am using it with the deck and having fun just getting to know it in the meanwhile while this situation unfolds. So let's keep moving along here. So first up for Oracle, we have the Oracle of Mystical Moments. And I did do a deck in focus of this particular deck. You guys, it is already a favorite of mine. It is so beautiful. I can't even explain. At first I was worried, I was like, I don't know if the meanings are going to really resonate with me. The images are just gorgeous, without a doubt. I mean, that's a given. But is this going to work? And so right now, how I've been using this deck is I've been using it as an altar deck. So I pull a card per week and I sit with that card, or pull a couple of cards and see which card I'm going to be working with for that week. And sometimes I just use the deck just to divine and ask questions about a certain subject matter. And it's always on point. It's always accurate. And the other day I pulled Miss Sunshine. And this card hit me so profoundly, because the card meaning said something to the effect of, you see how she's rising up out of the darkness, and now she's finally in a place where she's receiving sunlight. She emerged from the darkness. There was dark times in her life. And that was me. And that's, you know, that this was like part of my story, part of my journey. And so it was so beautiful that this card came up, and I don't know, it hit me like kind of like a tear moment under my umbrella. And yes, you will have to look at the guidebook, but sometimes there's some decks you have to until you get to know it. You know, if you could intuitively look at it, and some people have this kind of abstract kind of mind to be able to do that. I would say my imagination could probably go there. But on the other hand, you don't have to work that hard at it. Just go on and look at the guidebook. Here's transformation. It's beautiful. Abracadabra. And I'm not going to go through all of them because I did do a deck in focus. So you can check that out. Stranded. The messages are always poignant, always like resonant. And I'm like, oh boy, I love this one. New directions. Oh, a sunny day. Perfect key. Flower spirit. Just gorgeous. Pure nature. And again, it's like perhaps you've got that mind where you can just intuitively read with these cards. But for myself, I'll be honest, I'm not going to be able to just instantly pick up on it. But it's really nothing to read the guidebook. The guidebook is on point and it's not lengthy. It's not something you have to like be like, oh gosh, I got to read some lengthy message to get to the essence of the card. So, I don't know. It was definitely a favorite of mine. It'll probably be a favorite next month too, but we'll see. We shall see. Okay, then we have The Lightworker Oracle by Alana Fairchild, Guidance and Empowerment for Those Who Love the Light. Now, I think I've mentioned this before about this deck. I'll be honest. I did try to get rid of it. It was not resonating with it at first. I was not vibing with it at all. And then something happened when I couldn't sell it or when I couldn't like give it away. I fell in love with it. It became something that was a necessary deck for me in my personal practice as I became more, as my business of doing tarot readings for others grew, it became necessary for me to get some guidance as a healer, as a light worker. So I go to this deck. Here's the backs. It is Blue Angel. So it's shiny, glossy Blue Angel decks, same Blue Angel standard size. And I know that some of the images are recycled images, which is what I think turned me off to the decks. Here's the backs. Oh, and here's the guidebook. It's a chunky guidebook. It turned me off that this was recycled images, but then I got over it when I started being able to intuitively read with them and the keywords. Here is Power of the Divine Masculine. And her guidebooks are always beautiful. Alana's just writing. It's just beautiful words, inspiration, key of light. Always like in touch with the question and the message. And accurate. Hold your center. Earth healing. Soul child. Reassurance of the golden light. Grounding. Love that one. Let's see. Unplug from mass consciousness. I love that one. Divine Talents. Wisdom of the Divine Feminine. Spiritual Decree. Paradigm Shift. Let's see. Here we go. Master Healing. That's the card I was looking for. Just amazing deck. And the energy is just, wow. So nurturing. It's like a big, like, love just wrapped around you. A hug, if you will. Orbs of light. Oh, look at that. First ray of power. So like I said, I use this deck for myself, or if someone is a healer themselves and they're coming to me for some insight and guidance, then we can pull a card or two from this deck for some wisdom. And here's the guidebook here. It's black and white images, and then a lot of good juicy details on the card. And an invocation. I mean, that's Alana Fairchild for you. So I'm glad I did not get rid of this deck. This is a thumbs up for keeping. I'm very happy that I kept it. The next deck, another one this month that I'm grateful that I kept it. For a while I was toying with the idea of getting rid of it, is Denise Lynn's Native Spirit Oracle cards. I almost got rid of them because I wasn't using them. And I was like, they're so beautiful. And the messages are always so, like, wise and on point and speak to me. But I just never found myself grabbing it. Well, now, since I have the Mystical Shaman Oracle, and since I now have the Shamanic Medicine Oracle cards, I have been really gravitating towards the Native Spirit deck as well. And grateful for Denise Lynn's work. I'm grateful for her Sacred Travelers deck. That's her most recent, I believe, her most recent deck that she's come out with to date. I love that deck as well. So Denise Lynn is a winner in my book. That's who Hay House should be really devoting their energies to. I mean, Colette Baron Reed is great, wonderful, all that, but Denise Lynn, her decks they're on point. There's the backs. First wasn't so crazy about the backs, but then over time they grew on me. Tracker. I mean, just, you get lost in it. And they play so nicely with the Mystical Shaman Oracle cards and the Shamanic Medicine Oracle cards. And I also use it with my Vision Quest Tarot. Flowing River. Oh my gosh. Wounded Healer. That's me. Ooh, Medicine Woman, Medicine Man. Spirit Keeper of the East. Shapeshifter. Oh my gosh. Spirit of Water. Spirit of Earth. Gathering your tribe. It's pretty. Offerings. Owl Medicine. Spirit Keeper of the West. Okay. We won't keep going there. I'm just in love with the deck though. I'm very happy I kept it. Very, very happy indeed. All right, so then we have the Lunar Nomad Oracle. And this is It's part Lenormand, part Oracle, mostly Oracle, but part Lenormand. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's really large, so that alone kind of just makes it an Oracle versus a Lenormand deck. But it has like the mice card. Here's the backs. I really like this deck. I'm going to probably start using it as altar cards. Snake. Moon. Tower. Soul letter. Clouds. Just gorgeous, right? Garden. Key. So if you have a Lenormand, you see the themes here. And like I said, I'm going on a little Lenormand journey. This actually was what introduced me. Really, the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle kind of got me to thinking about other systems. And the Lenormand was like, okay, let me explore that for a little while. And this deck I kind of used as my dive-in deck, and I'm so happy I did. Coffin. It's just so beautiful, and the guidebook is just amazing. It's thick, chunky. Oh my gosh. The deck creator is Shaheen Miro. So I'm sure at some point in my Lenormand journey, I will be a child. I will be doing a video about this deck or about my Lenormand decks. I only have 5 of them, so it doesn't warrant probably a bunch of videos, I don't think. House. Cross. I don't know, we'll see. Oh, okay, and then I'll stop. Pathways. Oh my lord. Just adore it. Okay, then I promise to stop. Heart. And the bees. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. So I've been playing with this deck quite a bit, reaching for it. It's difficult to shuffle, that's for sure. But I just shuffle like this. There, it's large. I think like the largest deck I have. But that's okay. They're so beautiful. They're allowed. But to do a grand tableau with these, that's not gonna happen. Probably not on my little desk here. Probably on the floor. I'd have to put out like a blanket or something and do it that way. But yeah, not happening with that. And then finally, a little honorable mention is my Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle. And I am getting my complimentary free shovel card that's coming in the mail. Like, I just overheard someone saying, oh, the little shovel card that's free is coming out. So I went ahead and got it, and or requested to have one shipped, so I can then edge it and add it to my Mildred Payne collection. I am excited about this particular deck, you guys, because I am going to be using this deck in my monthly Astro Abundant love readings. This is going to now jump in because I like to change it up, and because it makes it fun for me, and I want to take this for a whirl for a little while. So if you want to see how I use it, or how I will be using it, then check out those particular videos for your astrological sign. All right, so yeah, love the Mildred Payne. Always super accurate, always super real, always got advice, but keeps it real, keeps it to the point. I appreciate that. That's another reason why I wanted to explore Lenormand as well. So thank you, Mildred Payne and the Lunar Nomad Oracle. Moving on to tarot. We have the Spirit Within Tarot by Stephen Bright. Oh my goodness, this has been such a favorite of mine for this month. This past, or well, it's March 31st right now, so still March, but I love this deck. I've done, I believe, an unboxing of it, and it is always so much fun to use in my readings, and I just I go to it like it's one of my go-to decks for sure. Here is the Hermit. Five of Pentacles. Strength. The Wheel of Fortune. I love this Wheel of Fortune. Chilling. And you start to fall off. Six of Cups. Lovers. Queen of Cups. Four of Swords. So I have, I believe, an unboxing or a review of this deck on my site if you want to check out more cards or more of my thoughts on it. It has this cute little guidebook. Comes with this great little box. It really is a good all-rounder deck. It surprisingly does shuffle really well despite it being glossy. I have not edged it yet because I'm still trying to like make it a lot more worn. So by the time I add, edging to it, that stiffens up the card again, and so I want it to be nice and pliable by the time I do that. But otherwise, it's an on-point deck. Like, it's easy to read. I wish this was my first deck that I worked with when I first started reading, but hey, that's okay. It came when it did. It's just divine. I love the messages. It's got Stephen's energy. It definitely has a message for you to hear and receive, and it resonates so beautifully with whatever the querent's question is or whatever I'm trying to divine for it. I don't know. I'm very pleased. Very, very pleased. It is a favorite. Oh, sorry. My son is home. Hi, Dante.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm recording. I'll be done in a moment. Okay, so the next deck we have, and this looks like my final deck and my final favorites item, the Vision Quest Tarot. This just came into my world not too long ago. I can't quite remember when, but it's been this year, and I am in love. It is really a surprising deck for me because I didn't really know much about it before I got it. Here are the backs. It's an AGM deck. I just did a video on my two AGM decks that I have, which is the Cosmic Tarot and the Vision Quest Tarot. Here's the Medicine Man. So the Magician. So the Son of Air would be the Knight of Swords or Knight of Air. The Element space. Ace of Air. Five of Water. Sun. Three of Earth. I mean, the guidebook that comes with it is so surprisingly deep. You'll just be like, whoa, I can't even, like, my mind wasn't even ready for all of that wisdom and love and guidance that came through. I mean, it's surprisingly deep for such a little white book. I mean, but it's not just, I mean, it's a little bit more substantial than a little white book because it's got, look, it's a little thick, but yeah. Check out my AGM vision, or the video that discusses Vision Quest, because all I can say is that I've been using it as the tarot wisdom with my mystical shaman oracle deck, or my shamanic medicine oracle deck, or my native spirit, or maybe I use a combination of them. But this deck is always my tarot deck with it, and it's really just providing those tarot answers that you need to go along with the oracle messages, and they speak so nicely together. I was very pleasantly surprised by how beautiful how the energies work so nicely with those decks. And you know, I just thought I'd have a nice play with those, and it is a little pippish. Here's Nine of Earth, accumulation, but you still gets a little bit of illustration there, and I can still run with it. Yeah, Seven of Air, futility, futile. It's all futile. So that's it, guys. Those were my favorites for March. I mean, I obviously probably have a lot more favorites, but these really stood out for me. It was like, wow, I'm so happy I have you guys in my collection. As usual, per usual. So yeah, share with me what's been your favorite. Have you been working with any decks? If so, let me know. You know, I always like to hear about what's going on with you and your metaphysical practices. Thank you all so much for watching. Many blessings, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.